Hey guys, it's John, and I'm playing 5 minutes. We got ourselves a master level player, or at least master level according to USCF ratings, 2277. The Trumpowski. What should we do against the Trumpowski? Oh, I never know what to do against this line. I'm going to play e6, even though it allows e4. He can play e4. He does not. I'm going to play h6. I think e4 is the critical move. Let's just play d5. I've tried a lot of stuff against bishop g5 and move 2. I used to play knight e4 all the time. d4, knight f6, bishop g5, knight e4. But e6 is very acceptable. d5 is acceptable. There's lots of playable lines. Let's just develop. I could see this transposing into some sort of Queen's Gambit decline sort of position where his knight is on d2 rather than the customary c3 square. I'll just play b6 and fianchetto my bishop. I wonder if he'll go long, if he'll castle long. If he does, I'll have more of an impetus to play c5. I'll probably play c5 anyways. So here, do I play knight bd7 or do I play c5? It's an important question. I think considering that I'm going to go c5 almost regardless of what he does, I should just do it now and leave my knight flexible. Jumps into e5. Let's just develop. He can follow with f4. He does. So now I can play knight e4 if I want. I can take on e5 if I want. I just don't want to end up in a strategically destitute position. Let's just go knight e4. We'll trade with him. So this happens frequently in these more closed d-pawn openings, where there's not so much of a direct clash in the center, but of pawns, that is, but there's a clash of minor pieces. And because there's all these minor piece trades that are possible, you have to weigh the consequences of the various trades more closely. It's like now he can take on e4 and try to get a good knight versus bad bishop scenario. He doesn't. He just plays that. So now I kind of just want to play f6 and keep his knight out. Seems fine. I'm giving him another chance to take here. We'll see if he does it. I bet he'll castle short. At least that's what I would do if I were him, yeah. Postpone any decision. I'm going to go a5. So that this way, if he takes on e4 and I take back, I'll maybe have enabled bishop a6. So he needs to do something about my knight. I mean, I could play knight d6, but again, I don't think I'm that worried if he takes on e4. I mean, now I'm certainly not worried, but even in general, I think I obtain a good light square bishop if he does that. g4, so he strikes out. Okay, now e5 is interesting. e5 hitting the g4 pawn. e5, fe, queen takes g4, king h1. Could just go a4 as well. Seems okay. Let's do that. I bet I'll play a3. I don't think he wants me advancing any further. I'm not worried about these pawns yet. Wow, he just ignores it. g5. Okay, let's just keep going. I don't really see like what sort of damage he can do with these pawns as it stands now. In fact, I think my play over here is a little faster. Because realistically, he needs his king on h1 to cause me concern. Okay, so he does that, and now, should I take or should I take on b2? I have half a mind to take on b2. Yeah, okay, let's take here. He does go king there, okay. Let's take. He really wants to mate me. He's playing for it. Now bishop a6, perhaps? Yeah, why not? I'll see what he's planning.
Check.
Probably rook g1, yeah. Now king here. Seems good. I'm hoping I end up with a strong knight.
Check.
Nope, there goes that wish. He trades. Is my bishop any good now? Maybe if I can get it in somewhere active. But b6 is hanging now too. Queen b5. Didn't consider that b6 was loose. Okay, I'm just going to take here. Maybe bishop b5? Yeah, or let's go bishop c4. He can take this pawn, but I think I'll get counterplay if he does. Just going to bring my rook over and try to get to the second rank. Let's just go bishop d5. This is a little bit of a defensive piece, though, on this square. Not too psyched about that. Let's cover the 7th rank. So now I can threaten to take on a2 at least. He can play his rook into g6, maybe. Plays f5. Okay. I don't want to take that pawn. I'm just going to keep this nice and simple. And I'm going to do that. I could take, but I think he could attack that f5 pawn. Also, his queen gets more influence along the 6th rank. So I'm just going to go for this. I like that I have pressure against h2 now. He could try to bring his queen down to b8, and he'd be threatening queen g8 mate, but I have rook a8 if necessary. It'd be interesting for him to play, yeah, queen b8, rook a8, queen back to g3. But I think I'm okay against that, so let's do this. Queen f4. Okay. What to do? Let's go rook g8. I'm probably hanging something with this move. Also rook g6. Ooh, rook g6 looks super nasty for me. Rook g6 was strong for him in that move.
Time warning.
At least now I can maybe defend. This is still tough, though. Knight g6. Let's take here. Gross. f4? I don't know.
Check. Check.
Yeah, I'm busted now. Something to threaten mate.
Check.
Something to threaten mate.
Check.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think my king just got unsafe in that game. Thought the opening was fine. Let's see. So he did get this knight on e5 and then propped it up with f4. But, okay, this guy's like taking control of the board, so I'm gonna close this and open a new board. He was examined on the same board for some reason, so... let's see. Just go over.
Check.
Flip this around. That can happen sometimes, because the board like auto-examines after the game. So if they're on the same board, he started making moves when I was making moves. So it was around about here. So I jumped my knight into e4, and I was talking about how you have to be really cognizant of the minor piece exchanges. So, for instance, like after this happened, if it was good for him for some reason, like a good example might be if this pawn were already on f5 and we reached this position, he could take, and regardless of the way I take back, well, maybe not regardless, but let's say this pawn is on f5 now. Okay, he could go knight c4 and then try to get this knight into e5, and he might have just like an unshakably good knight on e5 against my bishop that has no chance of ever exchanging itself for it. So that's why I had to be somewhat cautious. But I think with my f-pawn being flexible, I can always contest the e5 square, so that's no big deal. So I just played f6 to cover, a5. I was happy with this. I thought about playing e5 just to kind of sneakily get at this pawn, but I think he can just take. And if I take with check and go here, I don't see any devastating follow-up. Maybe take, but after knight takes, what is there? There's not much. There's no tactics on f2 or anything. So I think I just kept pushing with a4, and he went g5. Excuse me. So now I played a3, and he took. Okay, here, in retrospect, I wish I would have taken on b2. Even when I took on h6, I had a feeling this might be the less safe move. But I somehow... I don't know. I somehow felt that his strategy was wrong, and I was trying to punish it. But I should have taken on b2. Who knows, though? Maybe he just would have recaptured as he did in the game. Queen takes b2 and tried to make me take his pawn. Let's see what the computer says. Okay, computer doesn't think it's that bad. It was giving both moves. A, B, and taking on h6. All right. So now I took. But somehow I ended up in a difficult position.
Check.
He took and then played the knight over to h4. So am I just worse here? I am. I am worse. Where did I go wrong? Queen takes b2. I shouldn't be worried about the b6 pawn? Huh. Says bishop a6, that's what I played. Maybe taking on a3 is wrong. Maybe I should have played a prophylactic move. Yeah, like moving the king now. Before he can play rook g1 with check. Maybe it's just a deceptive position. Well, I see now the engine likes a takes b2, queen takes, and then bishop a6. So again, not touching these pawns. Well, there is a benefit to playing bishop a6 when this rook is still on f1. Namely, that if he takes here, I can potentially take on f1. Or take first, hit his knight, and then take on f1. Aha, so maybe that's the key reason why a takes b2 followed by bishop a6, getting rid of the bad bishop, would be the preferred move order. Yeah, I'm going to go with that conclusion because this position, it's just deceptive. It seems like it should be okay for black, but I might be a little bit too loose. My king safety is in question. The b pawn is weak.
Check.
I had a strong knight, but he just got rid of it. That was smart of him. Now I did my best to try to keep the position together, but looks like this whole time he has the edge. f5. I didn't take it. I played that. Okay, queen b8. Yeah, the real strong move that he missed was rook g6 right here. That would be like game over on the spot. So he threatens mate on h6, and if I take him, I just run
Check.
right into the fork. I know I'm leaving the engine on, but I think the most interesting part was leading up to this. Yeah, now I'm sure my position's too open. I'm just busted. Yeah, he gets rook g1 in.
Check.
I can barely do anything.
Check.
It's just time pressure.
Check. Check. Check.
So, interesting game where I guess I didn't quite respect his position enough in the middle game. I felt like at this point, after g4, that he was maybe playing a little recklessly, and with a5, a3, a5, a4, a3, I was trying to punish him, so to speak. But yeah, a takes b2, I wish I would have done that. And then followed with bishop a6 at a more opportune moment. And by the way, should he ever take on g7, I can take with check. Although, I was just trying to calculate this line
Check.
with take, because if take, then here. But I guess I have a bailout move if necessary. That's cool. Knight g5. Because this bishop coming to e4 will be really strong. If knight takes, f takes, rook takes, bishop e4, check. King g1, bishop g6, okay. Yeah, this is kind of neither here nor there, but I wish I would have played a takes b2. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed that game, and please leave me any feedback in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.